Have you ever met someone who never raised their voice, never insulted you, never stopped smiling? Yet every time you left them, you felt strangely guilty, smaller, heavier, as if you'd done something wrong without knowing what it was. The hardest people to recognize aren't always the cruel ones. Sometimes they're the ones everyone calls kind. Think about someone who always offered help. They remembered your birthday, checked in when you were struggling, never let you carry a burden alone. At first, it felt comforting, but over time, you noticed something difficult to explain. Saying no became uncomfortable. Making your own decisions felt selfish. You started apologizing for needing space. That's the moment many people miss. Not because the kindness disappeared, but because it quietly changed shape. Real kindness creates freedom. Fake kindness creates obligation. The difference is almost invisible. One gives and lets go. The other gives and keeps score. Not with a notebook, with memory. Every favor, every sacrifice, every rescue. Months or even years later, those moments quietly return. I've done so much for you. After everything I've sacrificed, you've changed. The gift was never really a gift. It was an investment, waiting for a return. Why is this so difficult to see? Because the human brain is built for cooperation. When someone helps us, we naturally feel grateful. Psychologists call this reciprocity. Most of the time, it's healthy. It strengthens trust. Communities couldn't function without it. But when gratitude is repeatedly turned into guilt, something changes. You stop asking, "Do I actually want this?" and start asking, "What do I owe?" Without realizing it, your decisions slowly stop belonging to you. Here's where the story becomes more personal. For some people, conditional kindness doesn't feel unusual. It feels familiar. If love during childhood often depended on being helpful, being quiet, being useful, or never disappointing anyone, then adulthood can mistake obligation for love. Attachment research suggests our earliest relationships influence what feels emotionally normal, not what is healthy, what is familiar. And familiarity is powerful, even when it hurts. Then there's another pattern, one that's easy to overlook. Some people are exceptionally kind. When someone is watching, they're the first to volunteer, the first to comfort, the first to rescue. Their generosity becomes part of their identity. That doesn't automatically make it insincere. But when kindness exists mainly to protect an image rather than another person's well-being, something important has shifted. The performance has become more important than the relationship. This is why fake kindness often feels confusing instead of obviously harmful. There may be no shouting, no insults, no threats. Instead, there are disappointed looks, long silences, subtle reminders of everything they've done for you. Your nervous system starts anticipating their reactions. You replay conversations. You rehearse apologies. You wonder if asking for one simple boundary makes you ungrateful. It doesn't. Healthy kindness doesn't make you afraid to be honest. Perhaps the most difficult realization is this: not everyone who behaves this way is trying to manipulate you. Some people learned that helping others is the only way to feel valuable. Their kindness comes from fear. Fear of being abandoned. Fear of not being enough. Fear that if they stop giving, they'll stop being loved. Their wounds are real, but wounds can still leave scars on other people. Understanding someone's pain doesn't require accepting behavior that harms you. Both things can be true. So the next time someone is kind, don't ask only what they gave. Ask yourself something quieter. How do I feel after being with them? Do I feel lighter or indebted? Safer or more cautious? More like myself or less? Because genuine kindness doesn't make your world smaller. It doesn't demand constant repayment. It doesn't ask you to trade your freedom for someone's approval. The healthiest relationships leave you with something rare, the feeling that you can say yes without fear and no without guilt. And sometimes, that's the clearest sign that what you're experiencing isn't kindness at all, but the fear of losing someone who never truly allowed you to be free.